Hello Internet, welcome back to another episode of Pokémon Generation 1. In the last episode... we did a lot. Last episode was pretty bloated. We explored everything to the north of Cerulean City, including Bill, who we saw some new Pokémon from and got a ticket to a cruise liner in the city south of here for. That sentence structure was a little off, but that's fine. I'm sick still, so give me a break. We also caught Mew, which is slightly more significant news to some. Between episodes, both Nidorans evolved into Nidorino and Nidorina, Kakuna evolved into Beedrill, Pidgey evolved into Pidgeotto, Abra evolved into Kadabra, and I used both Moonstones on Jigglypuff and Clefairy. I also traded an Oddish for Bellsprout and caught anything else I was missing from previous areas. Look, I haven't recorded in 2 weeks. I had a lot of time to get shit done. I'm sick. I'm just recording now because I feel a little okay, and to be honest, I just want to play this game. I miss recording this series. So I'm gonna give myself this one. This time, the plan is to head to the Pokemon gym here in Cerulean City and take on our second gym leader. You're a trainer too? Collecting, fighting, it's a tough life. It's a hard knock life for us. Cerulean City Pokemon Gym, leader Misty. Winning trainers, Aiden, because of course they've been here. Yo, champ in making! Here's my advice. The leader, Misty, is a pro who uses water Pokemon. You can drain all their water with plant Pokemon, or zap them with electricity. Do I dare? I just have to know if it's possible. Is this necessary? No, absolutely not. But I think it's possible to get a second Mew right now, and I mean, it's just really funny if I do. This trainer. Splash! I'm first up, let's do it! Let's. Swimmer wants to fight. And he has a Horsey as his leading Pokemon, which just so happens to have a special stat that corresponds with Mew. So, in theory, if I defeat this thing, I could catch a second one? This isn't in my notes at all. I think I specified not to do this, because I don't need two Mews. But, I mean, it's funny. Haket easily deals with almost everything in this gym right now, so I'm not really too worried about it. I just need to show these battles because this trainer has Pokemon that we aren't actually going to be seeing ourselves for quite some time, Shelder and Horsey. Shelder is one that I would consider using on my team if it was, like, something I could get earlier. That can't be! I can't believe this! After defeating him, let's head back on up. Alright, if I head back up, moment of truth. Yes! I do not need this. I do not need to do this. But it's funny. You should consider doing this glitch with just various random trainers to see what Pokemon you can get to appear, because you can get more than just Mew. Mew is the most common Pokemon to do this glitch with, because this is the only way it's obtainable in the games, as far as, like, methods that are doable now. There were event Mews back in the day, but there aren't anymore, so yeah. Mew is the most common Pokemon for this just because this is the only way to get Mew in the game. Ooh, this one is putting up more of a fight than the last Mew did. But not that much more of a fight. This is Mew 2. Anyway. What were we doing this episode again? Fighting the gym leader? Oh yeah, that's right. However, catching that Mew has done something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have 20 Pokemon in the box, meaning now is the time when we need to change the box. We are going to be changing from box 1 to box 2. And I hope that the recording doesn't corrupt because the game saves every time you change the box. So yeah. As soon as you get 20 Pokemon, just remember to change the box. Trust me, it will save you a lot of trouble. Back to the gym. As I was saying earlier, this is very much going to be Hikette's gym. Margarine had her time to shine in Brock's gym. Hikette gets to fight here. Junior trainer female wants to fight. This might be our first time seeing a female one. Goldeen. The most nothing water type in the game. I am going to be leading with Annabelle for every fight in this episode just because Annabelle still needs to rack up some experience. She just hasn't had a chance to fight a lot lately. But I don't know. I mean, Hikette needs time to shine. She's been outshined at almost every possible opportunity by Margarine, and I just don't want that to continue to be the case. Not level 22 yet. You overwhelmed me. That's fine. I need to go heal before fighting Misty, but yeah. Alright. Back at the gym. Now, do I want to lead Annabelle here even just for experience? I do. There's not much that could possibly go wrong with that, so yeah, I will. Hi, you're a new face. Trainers who want to turn pro have to have a policy about Pokémon. What is your approach when you catch Pokémon? My policy is an all-out offensive with water-type Pokémon. Misty wants to fight. And leads with Staryu, level 18, water-type, knowing the moves Tackle and Water Gun. I mean, that is a moveset that a Pokemon could have. Misty also notably has 1 X-Defend for both of her Pokemon, used 25% of the time at random. There's no rhyme or reason to when she uses it, it's just a random chance. Luckily, Hikette isn't going to have much trouble here, and she wasted her X-Defend for the Staryu on its last turn. It could have potentially done a little more damage, but no, it just needed that extra defense. Trust me, let her cook. What is she cooking? I don't know, but let her cook. Hikette grew to level 22 and is trying to learn Poison Powder. That's not the powder I thought Hikette learned first, but that's still a good move, and I will get rid of Growl for that. That sort of turns Hikette into a stalling machine that... I think that's the reason we actually got rid of Poison Powder on Margarine, is just because Hikette was going to learn it so soon. Starmie is level 21, Water Psychic type, knowing the moves Tackle, Water Gun, and Bubble Beam. The Psychic type may sound scary, but since it doesn't have any Psychic type moves, it's not too big of an issue here. I am going to go ahead and use Poison Powder and Leech Seed on this thing because I know it can take a lot more Vine Whips than a Staryu can. Sleep Powder might have been a better move overall, because I don't know if Hikette will actually be able to handle this without fainting. I'm not going to use any potions since Misty doesn't have any, so... yeah. The Starmie is definitely faster than Hikette, which is an issue. But I'm just gonna hope that little bit of damage over time is going to be enough to make up the difference here. Good crit, honestly, Hikette. Maybe Hikette does have this. Maybe I'm underestimating her too much. I mean, I know I am, but... Alright, Leech Seed brings us back up to 17. Vine Whip knocks out. Yeah, good job, Hikette. This really was her gym. Wow, you're too much. Alright, you can have the Cascade Badge to show you beat me. The Cascade Badge makes all Pokemon up to level 30 obey. That includes even outsiders. There's more, you can now use Cut anytime. You can cut down small bushes to open new paths. You can also have my favorite TM. TM11. TM11 teaches Bubble Beam. Use it on an aquatic Pokemon. And of course, in Pokemon Yellow version. Red has to fight her too. Here we are. It's Red's turn. In this very deep blue gym. Cerulean City is very deep blue using the Game Boy Color colors. Alright. I'm gonna lead Charmander for the experience. I can consider what to switch into after that. Hi, you're a new face. What's your policy on Pokemon? What is your approach? My policy is an all-out offensive with Water-type Pokemon. Misty, the world-famous beauty, is your host. Are you ready, sweetie? Weird change of dialogue, but okay. Her design is also altered to make it closer to her appearance in the anime. Staryu! Level 18, Water-type, knowing the moves Tackle and Water Gun. I mean, it's the same as in the last game. I don't know why I said I was like contemplating whether they got rid of Harden on it, but no. It just didn't have Harden before. I think Ivysaur is going to sort of be the MVP in both games. It's just a really good switch into Water-type attacks, and while Pikachu is a good option here, I was sort of just worried about switching into Water Gun and Pikachu taking more damage than I was comfortable with for Starmie. Because I don't think this particular Ivysaur is going to have as good a time against that Starmie. Starmie! Level 21, Water Psychic type, knowing the moves Tackle, Water Gun, Harden, and Bubble Beam. Because Harden was what this thing was missing. Well, I mean, I say that and then it immediately starts using Harden, so maybe it was. Was seated. That's a fun word. I don't think that is a word that means anything. Okay. Leech Seed is still only doing 3 HP per hit, and we're going to be doing less damage than we were with our Ivysaur in Pokemon Blue because this Ivysaur is lower leveled, but you know what? This Ivysaur doesn't need to be the MVP. This Ivysaur just needs to be here to do some damage. And she's using her X-Defend. This is the same as Pokemon Red and Blue, essentially. I'm only showing this fight because I'm showing the fights for all the gym leaders from Yellow version, but yeah, Misty is basically identical to how she is in Red and Blue. Literally the only difference is her Starmie knows Harden. And she was defeated by Leech Seed. That's awesome. I can't believe I lost! Alright, you can have the Cascade Badge to show you beat me. The Cascade Badge makes all Pokemon up to level 30 obey. That includes even outsiders. There's more. You can now use Cut anytime. You can cut down small bushes to open new paths. You can also have my favorite TM. TM11? TM11 teaches Bubble Beam. Use it on an aquatic Pokemon. Or Nidoking. Bubble Beam is a 65 power, 100 accuracy water-type move. I don't believe it has a chance to lower speed, but I've seen conflicting sources on this. But either way, it's just an upgrade all around to both Bubble and Water Gun. If you have a Squirtle, teach it this. With that done, we're sort of stuck, right? Where else do we go? We don't have the HM for cut yet, so we can't cut that bush to the south. Well, we've actually had the ability to go on for a little bit. As soon as you get the SS ticket from Bill, you're able to enter this house, and the police officer disappears. I'm gonna avoid saying what I want to say. Team Rocket must be trying to dig their way into no good. That's a pun I don't understand yet. Those miserable Rockets! Look what they did here! They stole a TM for teaching Pokemon how to dig holes! That cost me a bundle, it did! Ah, I get that pun now, that's clever. Heading into the backyard. Hey, stay out! It's not your yard! Huh? Me? I'm an innocent bystander, don't you believe me? Judging by the fact I'm fighting you, I doubt I believe you. Rocket wants to fight. Machop. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm sort of a fan of how Team Rocket sort of just uses random Pokemon occasionally. Machop does not in any way give off the impression of, like, being a dude who wants to help out a criminal syndicate. Like, you can sort of see that when they use Golbat or Zubat or Coughing and Wheezing. Machop is just like a little kid Which, you know, there's obviously some moral arguments to be made about why I shouldn't be fighting a Machop in the first place, but... yeah, Drowsy. Okay, that is a more Team Rocket-looking Pokemon. This guy's sprite concerns me in this like, I do not like it. It's scary looking. I don't have much I can do here. I think I'm gonna go for Parafusion. Good Supersonic hit. That's actually well... I hit with Supersonic, it's only fair you hit with Hypnosis, I guess. Well... I mean... oh yeah, and you're not confused anymore, because of course. I was convinced you were going to confuse Margarine with how that was going. I don't have a good switch here. Confusion's super effective on Hiket. I think I just need to keep going until Margarine wakes up. I can Sleep Powder to get a clean switch? And then from here, I just have to hope Hiket can take a few confusions once that thing wakes up. That's one good thing about sleep working the way it does in Generation 1. If a Pokemon stays asleep for at least one turn, you at least know you have a clean switch. But from here... yeah, this is anyone's game. Team Rocket could genuinely win here, and I wouldn't be surprised. Woke up. That's an opportunity for me to use Poison Powder. And let's see how much this does. Okay, honestly, not as much as I was expecting it to do, so I will take that. Can Vine Whip knock out, please? No, but it's going for Disable, and it missed. I always get confused when a move said it failed, because that usually means you just don't meet the conditions to use it in future games. In Generation 1, it usually just means it missed. Okay, Drowsy taken down. This Team Rocket grunt has never been a challenge to me until now. Stop! I give up! I'll leave quietly! Okay, I'll return the TM I stole. We recovered TM28. I better get moving. Bye! Now, we could use that right away. Why did the police officer come back? I want him to leave. I figure what's lost is lost. I decided to teach Diglett how to dig without a TM. That's good, because that's pretty early on in Diglett's move pool. It'd be embarrassing if you couldn't. Head out here. What do you have to say? The people here were robbed. It's obvious that Team Rocket is behind this most heinous crime. You bitch. You left just so I would do your job for you. Anyway. With that, that means we have the TM for Dig, and we own it because the guy didn't want it back. Dig is a 100 base power ground type move. With 100 accuracy, that grants you a turn of invulnerability, well, semi-invulnerability, before using it. This is obviously going on Sandshrew. Sandshrew doesn't learn any ground type moves or level up, and it'll be good to have access to one, let alone one this strong. Dig isn't very good competitively, although it's actually banned competitively because of a game-breaking glitch where if you're paralyzed and use Dig and then you get fully paralyzed on the turn where you're semi-invulnerable, you just remain invulnerable until you switch or faint through other means. So, I mean, that'll be fun to use if that ever happens, but I don't see many situations where Annabelle ends up paralyzed. Dig is also a field move. You can use it to escape caves and dungeons and warp to a Pokemon Center the same way you would with an escape rope. So, yeah, it's pretty helpful to have that way. Let's go let Annabelle beat up her first wild Pokemon on her own. Other than the one she beat up on her own while I was grinding. Another Sandshrew. Perfect. It'll be a battle of wits, and which one has access to a disc that inexplicably teaches it a move. I don't understand how TMs work. According to Leaf Green and Fire Red, you just place it on a Pokemon's forehead and then it learns a move. And that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why I switched to Scratch. Dig did most of this thing's health and it used Sand Attack, so I'm just gonna keep missing. Annabelle's first victory. Other than, you know what, Annabelle actually did fantastic against Mew without Dig, so yeah. Anyway, with all that done, we have defeated a gym leader and got access to a super powerful move that will make Annabelle instantly way more usable. So, with that said, next time on Pokemon Generation 1, we are going to be heading through that backyard and south of Cerulean City to see what awaits us further on in the region. That was a weird way to word that, but whatever, I'll run it. See you guys then.